Hi, my name is Ryan, and I am in Nashville, Tennessee. And I am hitting a lot of walls trying to find legal help with a situation with UPS. And um, like many UPS drivers, I'm not college educated. Um, I went for it because it is one of those jobs that are manual labor, but you can build a career, in the six figures out of it. And so I have, you know, um, dabbled in trying to learn and trying to start some different courses. But I was working part time there, and I did a tax course with H&R Block, and then an opportunity to become a driver came around, so I decided to, see what it was all about. And I expected to be very comprehensively trained. And that was the farthest thing from the case. Um, and so I am wondering if my lack of ability to procure legal assistance is due to my lack of academic prowess in the writing, in my writing, or in the way I am describing the situation. So what I'm hoping to do is get some help from, a legal student, a law student, or a lawyer who can't help me but could guide me onto what an attorney would be looking for um, in my description of my situation to help them decisively know if there is something there to pursue. I'm not even getting a reply back to the um, effect of why I don't have a case. I'm just not getting a reply, period. So, I have had this experience in Nashville quite a bit, you know, outside of trying to find an attorney. Um, so it could be a culture thing, but nevertheless, I I'm a New Yorker, so we curse you out to your face, we tell you what's up, whatever. We don't play this, you know, I don't know. We will reply to you. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused, and it is very depressing. So I'm trying to find a solution because um, my truck rolled away while I was doing a delivery, and I never had a chance to know there's a problem with the parking gear. This isn't a normal type of vehicle. You have a key fob on clipped to your pants, clipped to your belt loop, and you press a button to start the truck. So it's not like, a regular car where it wouldn't let you take the key out unless the gear shift was in it, etc., etc. So um, they have addressed what they call rollaway incidents in their collective bargaining agreement, but that's the only place they have addressed it. They did not address it in training. The supervisors never spoke of it during the 4 months I was driving. Um, I asked about an online training course that I could, review after the 4.5 days we spent in a classroom in Atlanta, not doing deliveries, but sitting in a classroom for a delivery job. Um, they looked at me like I was insane when I asked about an online training platform where I could go and keep reviewing all of the training. There was no such thing. There is no such thing, which deserves a lawsuit in and of itself. Um, when I was on my, what they call your on-road 3 days with a supervisor, he never once, corrected my parking, showed me any of the methods, of parking, curbing wheels, whatever. I mean, he just never actually pointed out anything, demonstrated anything. All it was about was my speed. And so my what I've been trying to convey, and as you can probably tell, it's been long-winded and I'm emotional about it, which is not going to help in the legal realm. I know that much. But I feel like if you're going to address, and this is the other problem, UPS has a record of, and a habit of putting drivers back out on the road that have had collisions while they're operating their vehicle. I was out doing the delivery, and this was the second time something went wrong while I was out of the truck. The first time, someone backed into my truck. I was out doing delivery. So both times, I was not even in the vehicle, and both times, they wanted to get rid of me. This time, it was for good. Last time, the union got me back. So, I feel like that's a massive double standard. I feel that's discrimination. You can't discriminate based on the type of accident. It should just be period. If you don't control the fucking truck and it doesn't stay where it's supposed to stay and you hit something, it doesn't matter if you were in the truck or out of the truck. If you're going to punish drivers for an accident, it should just be across the board the same treatment. So I'm feeling discriminated against for the type of accident I had, especially when, if you're going to address it so specifically within a CBA contract, you should address it just as specifically in the training. And supervisors should be regularly demonstrating, and there should be regular online tests or whatever for your first 6 months of driving a commercial truck without a CDL. So this is, a situation where they need the drivers. They don't want to wait on people to get a CDL. So they're just rolling them through some classroom training and then, just tossing them out to the wolves. But the problem is, if this is a enclosed, like if you're in the Army, if you're doing military training, if you're in a warehouse where you're making pizza dough, then fine, throw people to the wolves. They're not driving a 70-ton truck around the public where they could roll somebody over or roll themselves over. This isn't the type of situation to just say, oh, they throw you to the wolves and everything's okay. Nobody puts people in a pilot seat and says, oh, they're just going to throw you to the wolves and not train you how to fly the plane. So, for a job that can be a career, that can be six figures, they really thought that 4 days in a classroom is sufficient. And, obviously, I want justice for myself, but the larger picture here is they need to be very much challenged on their approach to onboarding new drivers, on the fact that they have no online training program whatsoever. I don't care if it's a video from 1984 talking about how do you prevent a rollaway. I mean, I don't care what it is, just something. And then we never even went over our collective bargaining agreement in class. Nobody ever even talked to us about the contract that we are signing. So we understood, what all is involved here. It's not just go drive your truck and deliver packages. They'll come after you for stealing time. They'll come after you for, it's really a complicated situation being a UPS driver. And they are really depending on younger millennial guys, people, paying them significantly less, not training them, and just sort of creating a revolving door. And I just feel like there are parts of this process that you simply cannot take shortcuts with. And if you want to play tough guy on other parts of it, fine. But when it comes to, my fundamental right and all of our fundamental rights as new drivers to understand what's required and how do we prevent dangerous situations, what is involved in our contract, and how do we uphold our end, and how does the company uphold their end, what exactly are we signing. They just want to keep us in the dark. They don't want to train us, and if something goes wrong, we're just kicked to the fucking street. Excuse my French, but I mean, that's the least of our problems right now. So there is everything, I guess, I put into words, and I'm needing somebody to help me distill it and make a compelling paragraph or two, to see if an attorney could take that, possibly, and feel like there is a case here. I know they got sued for not having rear view cameras. Now they have those, and I feel like this lawsuit should result in an alarm letting you know if your truck is not parked, engaged in park, or there's a problem with the gear shift, or whatever. Even just an alarm if the truck is gonna roll. You know, there's an alarm telling everybody get out of the way. Just something. This truck is rolling behind me as quiet as a cat. And that's not cool. And I really have suffered post-traumatic stress disorder. I really do have flashbacks. This really could have killed me. This really could have killed somebody. So I just feel like I can't just let this go, but I do need a way to reapproach it, and I'm going to need somebody on the outside that understands how lawyers need to be spoken to in order for them to respond, at least, to a potential case. So, sorry I didn't mean for this to be this long, but there's a lot here. There's a lot that went into this. There's a lot I put into this. I put my whole soul and heart into this, my whole body into this. And I didn't do all of that to end it like this. So, thank you very much. And if you have a rate that you would charge to help me, capture the most important parts of this, the most compelling parts of this that have any legal basis, that would be highly appreciated. This happened in May 2020. I did send a complaint to the, whatever the complaint division of the government is, equal opportunity something, and never heard anything back. So I just literally haven't heard anything from anybody. It's almost like, since it's UPS, and everybody needs UPS, they're just immune. They're just completely immune. So I wonder if that's really the case here. Are they just literally too big, too entrenched with the government to almost be considered a government entity, therefore shielded by qualified immunity? Or what's really at play here? I could even imagine they pay off all the law firms in big cities to not take any cases against them. I don't know, but I can see how, their influence would be extremely heavy and completely shut down any contests I could bring. But I just have to know I took this as far as I could. So, thank you very much, and hope to hear from you.